r/AskReddit. Serious, if you only had a week left to live, what's the thing situation you'd try and fix before the end? My neighbor was being cool about it and not calling the cops even though he was elderly and trying to sleep. After several attempts to get them to chill out, he then proceeded to stomp on the ground intentionally and yelled, "I don't give a duck." Not a day goes by I don't regret throwing that punch. The next day he didn't even remember, just knew his ribs were bruised. My roommate told him what had happened. I think more than anything it was the straw that broke the camel's back. I wish I had a time machine. But if you still care about him and miss him, maybe it wouldn't hurt to reach out again. Write a letter would be my advice. Much harder to ignore, for a variety of reasons, than a phone call. A birthday card if you still remember his, or start small with holiday cards. You could tell him that it's been a long time and you would like to be friends if the chance of being close friends is out. What was the misunderstanding? Guy probably did something awful. You don't throw 20 years of friendship away over a misunderstanding. He mistakenly put his penis in his friend's girlfriend. I loved her like my sister. I loved her kids. I've never had a friend I could be so silly with, but I can't always be there for her and she needs to make better decisions. She didn't listen. Girl ended up in the wedding party and the whole time did nothing to help when needed and just generally complained her way through the entire thing. The thing with selfish people is that they're great and fun when things are going well, but when you need help and it's not convenient for them, you realize who they really are. Or I hope you can reconnect with him. My relationship with my parents. Hope you find peace at some point. We all find peace at some point. I need to find my parents first. You don't need parents to find peace. Your dad is in line at a gas station somewhere. Those Winnie Blues aren't buying themselves. Not sure what your situation is, but what worked for me and my dad was really just sitting down one day and talking about everything. The thing we like and want from each other, but also more importantly the things we don't like about each other. Just kind of letting it all out and not trying to argue about, but just talk about why we feel the way we feel and why we did things the way we did. It really helped. Also, if you feel yourself or them getting angry, just say, "Hey, getting a little heated here, let's talk about something else," and come back to this one. Not sure if that'll help or not, but figured I'd share. You don't know my narcissistic parents. Nothing is ever their fault. Everything is everyone else's fault. If you question their actions, they blow up in a tantrum like a 2-year-old. She's my best friend, but we also tend to seriously knock heads over certain recurring things. The long gone co-workers, and tell each and every one of them to eat shit. Why wait until 1 week left to live? Get on that now. They had us in the first half, not gonna lie. Cheap cremation. Small gathering. Act. For what it's worth, it cost about $1,000 to cremate my uncle and get his ashes in a cardboard box. I rather like the idea of going out to a remote location, somewhere peaceful where I'd likely not be found. I'm not sure, but I think natural burial is cheaper, gives family closure and less risk of traumatizing a hiker. Turns out you can donate your body to science and pay no funeral or disposal fees. My relationship with my siblings. I haven't been the worst big brother, but there's 7 of them and sometimes I think they are older when they aren't, and when they do something stupid I overacted cause I feel like they are older when they aren't. That sounds like a good one to tackle now, as the longer it goes the more normal it will seem to not be in each other's lives. It's a pretty honest admission, and likely one they'd appreciate to hear. Yeah, IDK, it's always kinda weird to talk about stuff like that. Sometimes we are all very close, but IDK, it's still weird. Like, I'm not a bad big brother, they still wanna do things with me and I still wanna do things with them, but I know when I'm being too much and hurt their feels and I don't do anything about it, but like they still love me and I love them. It's just, the little times it happens could very much add up. Seems like it's a relief that they still hang out with you, but it worries you a bit that the small things will add up. It crossed your mind to talk about it with them to let them know you have good intentions towards them but unsure how they would take you opening up about it? Might want to wait out on that. You're not my supervisor. Don't tell me how to live my life. You're not the boss of me now. Just writing out letters for my son for him to read. For different ages and life situations. You never know when something bad will happen, and if you luck out, the person or people will enjoy reading them anyway. In fact, letters are just fun. I need to get back into it. Thanks for the suggestion. Reminds me of Violet Evergarden. That's what I wanted to say. Tears in every episode. Episode 10 was the real killer though. I'm going to be doing a video, or a series of videos perhaps, of myself, wife, and my parents talking about their/our lives and what my children mean to them. Something to give them when they're older. That's a wonderful idea. I'm now thinking of doing the same, but for a deceased. I recently lost my girlfriend, my soulmate, in a fatal car crash. I was devastated, but I'm slowly recovering from the worst phase of my life, and I feel that writing and describing my love and respect towards her will provide me some comfort. I would spend every waking minute with my son and write him letters while he sleeps. Tell him everything about me. Tell him how much I love him and my hopes for him. He wouldn't remember me, so that'd be all he has. I'd try to make them good ones. Yep, those are real tears. Your son has a wonderful parent. Thank you so much. I really hope he does. I haven't had to do any of the turning him into a decent person parts yet. I teared up just thinking about having to leave him so soon. He's the best part of my life for sure. Word. The abuse I endured is not enough for an investigation, but I'm 99% sure those kids are being abused as well. Worst case scenario, I spend my last week in prison. CPS I think is genuinely run by demons. She doesn't have the strength to leave her mom despite having the choice. But she's treated terribly. I want her to be at peace. I hope you two can find peace through your struggles as well. I guess I'd try and fix my tendency to worry about the future and focus on enjoying the present moment. Oddly enough, for me, the time I would worry about the future the most is in the ARP situation when there's no longer a future for me. If you're looking in the US, upstate New York's got some lovely waterfalls and tons of woodlands. And it snows so much. It's not the Swiss Alps, but the Adirondacks and Appalachians are very pretty. For me, Alaska, Aurora Borealis, lush green forest, and a hidden waterfall in Alaska. In this part of the country, localized entirely within your kitchen, find someone to care for and love my dog after I'm gone. This, 100%. I'd hire a hooker to have sex with me so that I don't die a virgin. This is definitely a thought that I think about often. At least you won't have to worry about sexually transmitted diseases. I'd hire like 50 hookers to have sex with me so that I don't die a guy who hasn't had sex with 75 hookers. Wait a second. Checks calculator. Oh my. Give people your best and command yourself as a good man. Never forget the people that love and cherish you, and never stop adding to that number because they will matter more than any material thing. Never forget who you are and who you aim to be. Finish my book idea. If it's The Winds of Winter, you really need to get cranking on that. Start this weekend. Nothing Would not bother spending the last week of my life reliving the past. Would 100% try to do as much new awesome shit as possible. I'd probably just head on down to the massive drug and sex orgy that would undoubtedly be happening in every city on earth. Why is there such a raging party for your death? I think he means of an apocalyptic scenario of some sort. He probably read it as everyone rather than just him. I have no grudges. I just spend my last week spending as much time with the kids during the day as possible and the wife at night. I'd take the week off work and spend it with my wife. That's awesome. I'd try and talk to the women I love even though I know she doesn't feel the same. There's nothing like loving someone so much that they are the number one thing in your life. Broke up with someone I never should have. Still think about her every single day pretty much. That I'm gonna be okay, which I guess is all I've ever wanted. Well, that made me sad. I wish the best for you and hope you find something in life that gives you life. I thought you were quoting a movie or a book. You should write more and share it. Nothing. I'd immediately jump in my car and go to the ocean. Although I'd hop a flight to some tropical turquoise waters and live in a bathing suit and flip-flops for the rest of my life. My relationship with myself. Must clean up before the end. My room's a ducking sty. A little motivation like this would be nice. I just would like to be able to build the belief that it is before I die. Don't think I could do that in a week though, lol. Find a local church and attend just a single service. See what you think. Kiss my high school crush. Like without permission? When you are r/were nicer you don't have to ask. Stop working and live to the fullest. Thanks for watching, mate. Make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more high quality content.